everyone, I'm Thelma. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. Today I have for you 3 Dollar Tree Valentine's Day easy to make DIYs. So without further ado, let's get to crafting. Let me adjust this camera so you can see. Okay, the first project is the welcome sign with the 3 hearts. All you do is stick your scissors under them hearts on each end. You open them up and you just put them on each. Let me show you here. Put them on each end, and that'll stop from a lot of this here. There's going to be some pulling up of this, and what you do is you sand them off real good to where they're nice and smooth. And the glitter sign, this one is welcome with an arrow. Get you some paper towels. I lost my train of thought there for a moment. And slightly dampen it and rub on the glitter, and then take some sandpaper and start sanding it down. Then once you get it all done, take you another paper towel that's damp, a little bit more damp this time, and rub all the glitter up, and then sand it again. And that's about, when you run your fingers over it and it's kind of smooth without all that glitter feel on it, then you know you've got it as best as you can get it. So flip it over, have something on your workspace because you're going to need your glue gun on this, and cut these. Mine have staples in them, and I've never been good at getting them out, so I'm just cutting this. Or if you don't have any ribbon, you can leave the top part of it, that way you can hang it. And I think I'll do that just to show you all, and then I'll see how it looks, and if I'm not impressed by it, how it blends in with what I'm getting ready to show you all to do, I'll snip it off and I'll put some small ribbon on it. So make sure you line these up. You will also need some of the big craft sticks, the ones, let me see, 0.72 inch by 5 point, it's hard to see, 5.86 inch, I do believe. They're just slightly bigger than the smaller popsicle sticks. Get you several out. I'm going to get about 4 out at first. Just line them up. So we're going to need at least 6. And make sure these are flush. Get 2 more to put right here. We could really do 3 so just to make sure. So I'm going to show you how to put the 3 in there. That way it'll be more stronger. Okay, just make sure it's even, and put your glue on. Let me see. Hang on one second. Okay, the problem was my glue gun had came unplugged on the outlet. Okay, take these little popsicle sticks off, and I'm thinking it might be better to glue right through here and then press them together, then put the popsicle sticks for extra. Just put you some on the ends because this dries fast. If you're real fast at it, you can do the whole thing. Okay. Now, line them up again. Push down if it buckles any, and just hold it until it's dry. It shouldn't take no more than a few seconds. Now lift it up and unglue it from what you have it laying on. It might just take a few extra seconds to dry. Now let's go ahead and put the popsicle sticks on. Put a good amount. And push in on this, and use your other finger to push down on the popsicle stick. If you've worked with this before, gluing popsicle sticks to the back of a project, then do it however way you do it. And if you know a better way to do this, please leave it in a comment, because I've never glued two signs together like this, so I don't know if I'm really doing it the right way. But these should keep it nice and snug and secure. Yeah, my little kittens, the 3 that I rescued a while back, they've been running around. Anytime I'm doing something, they got to get in on it. Right now they're resting, I think, and they were over there, and I think they probably just unplugged the cord because it was barely in it when I had to plug it back in. They bring a lot of delight. I mean, back in October, the day before Halloween, my little black cat, Binks, passed away. I think if you are returning, you've probably seen her in the background while I was doing stuff like on the kitchen table, making flowers. She would sit and her head would go up and down watching me, and she was a sweetheart. She never had any kittens because we had her fixed, and but she was mother hen to all the other adult cats, and I know she would have wanted us as soon as we found out how many kittens and cats that lady had, that she needed help. And these really needed it because, well, she had 23 adult cats, and some of them were pregnant. Some already had kittens, and then there was this, I got 3, and my daughter got 3. And there was more that she couldn't catch. But, yeah, they had eye infections, upper respiratory infections, fleas, parasites. I mean, we had to take them to the vet, and it was like around $300 for all 3 of them to be seen. But we had to do it because if not, they would have died. And they bring great joy to all of us in the house here. And now they're getting along with the other cats that we had. Counting the kittens, now we have 6, but one makes 7 because it's from outside, and I used to feed them outside when we moved here, but I let them come in now. Now, if there's any glue sticking out, pick it off, and there's sand it down. Take your sandpaper and just sand it down if there's any rough edges. Excuse me. Okay, that's about as good as that's going to get. Okay, now I have some apple barrel from Walmart, white acrylic paint. This is 50 cents a bottle. And I'm using, this is from the Dollar Tree, those paint brushes. I'm just using the smallest one. I'm painting the background white, and then I'll show you what I have planned for this once it dries. Once I get it painted, we'll set it aside and then work on another project while it's drying. Let me know if how many of you really love decorating and for Valentine's Day. This year, because of everything going on with the state of what the world's in right now, and just sad things that's happened in the year 2020 for us, and losing my father-in-law just a week and a half ago, I decided to leave my Christmas tree. This year we needed to get one because ours got ruined in the flood. So we got you might have seen it in some of my haul videos. It's a pale pink tree. I think it's 6 foot tall, and it has the lights already on it, and the lights have like a little snow on them. And I went ahead and kept it up and decorated for Valentine's Day. And I'm going to leave it up and do for Easter too. It's just a way to add a little bit more happiness and make you feel good. And the grandkids love it. So, but I really enjoyed figuring out what could go on. I think at the end of the video I'll go in there and I'll film it. That way y'all can see my Valentine's Day tree. Okay, so let's go ahead and put one more coat on, and then we will set it aside and let it dry. And I'll show you some of the things I made last year, but it was before I started doing YouTube DIY videos. I think I started around Easter time. And I went ahead and put up some of the stuff that I made last year. And I'll show you that way, maybe just by looking at it and me explaining it just a little bit, you all can remake them. And let me know at the end of the video which project was your favorite and which one are you thinking of doing for yourself, or are you going to do all of them? Okay. Okay, our next project is this 5x7 picture frame. I have two of them here. Now I did these last year, but and you use some of those some of those hearts, the table scatter, light pink and red. And what you do is first I need to put another coat of paint. I have fuchsia here because, and this will be the third coat, but you can kind of see some of the picture frame color coming through. And I already have the pearls. You can use pearls from an old necklace, or the Dollar Tree sells pearls of different sizes in their Crafter Square section. So get you a medium or small paintbrush. Just make sure you don't get it on the glass, and you won't have the pearls glued down yet, so I'll have to make sure I don't get it on the pearls. And then once we get it painted, we will set it aside and work on another project while it's drying. So just go around, and now you can remove the glass too. I didn't think of doing that. I have memory problems because of some of the medicines I'm on for my bipolar and anxiety and panic attacks. So I have concentration and memory problems on it. Kind of gets a little aggravated every now and then, but oh well. Some people have it worse off than, me, so I'm not complaining. I just thought I would explain why I keep forgetting things or get distracted. It's not that I'm bored with doing crafts. I absolutely love them. It's just I can't remember. And do the sides, because you want the sides to show up nice and pretty too. So, and do 2 picture frames. And again, you will probably need to put 3 coats on it. And then once you're finished, and it's dry, you will need 1 pearl in each corner. Let me get this paint off the glass. I'm using one of those disinfectant wipes. That way it's kind of wet. And I'll show you how to get it. All you do is just rub up it down the side until you don't see no more. It's easy to get in the corners too, but this is why I wished I'd remembered to take the glass out. But at least with my mistake, you will know. There. Okay, so let's just continue painting and then put it aside to let it dry. Okay, for our next project, you will need 2 of these 3-pack of treat sacks. And this is what they look like. And the little on top. What we're going to do is make a garland out of these. You will also need a pack of these 7-piece light pink heart picks. And you will need to, I'm trying to see how to open it. You will need to take them and pull this carefully, pull the pick out, and just do that. You will need 5 or 6 of them. Now I went ahead and measured where I'm putting mine at, and let me cut this off here, or pull it there. And what you do is make sure you aim them all in one direction, these, and there. Go ahead and pull it tight. And if it comes untied here like this one did, just tie it back. It just slipped right out of my hand there. It only takes a second. You just have to make sure it doesn't start to unravel. See how it's slick? I'm going to double knot it. Hopefully it won't do that again. So just when you're pulling this sack closed, hold it up to here. That way that doesn't happen to you. Go ahead and trim that off if you have to do that. Now, take an end, leave enough to tie a little knot right here that looks like this, but I'll show you that at the end. Take this, leave enough, and go ahead and tie it. I'm not gluing it just in case I want to use these sacks later on for something else. Just tie it like that and leave a little bit of space. And do the same thing to the other one. Again, make sure you don't hold that at the end, that way that knot won't come out. Okay, now go ahead and slip this side here through this like this. And leave a little space. See how much that space is. Okay. Go back up. Alright, just leave maybe a 3-4 inch space in between each treat sack. And you want to tie it. Tie it up on top. Now, once you get the rope through each side, you just tie it. And it'll look like that. Now, the best way to do this is take this and measure it right here. Well, this one came loose again. Not again, but two. They should have used a different one that's not silky. Okay, now. Let's measure it. Okay. Now come over with it. Show you here. Hold it like that. And I went the wrong way. Make sure you hold it and go through this side. Now tie it. Okay, there's 3. Just make sure these are facing you, and you go in on the right hand side. It might take a while, but not a while, but a minute, you know, but at least you double check it and it's even. Okay. Move it over and tie your knot. Let me see how long this is. Alright, I'm going to put one more, or probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, it will take all 6 of them for mine. But if you're making yours longer, your garland longer, you might want to pick up more of these little treat sacks. Or if you're making it smaller, then you won't need as much. And this is the last one. Okay, now on each end, just tie you a little circle That way you make sure you have a spot to hang it on a nail. Let me undo that. I didn't have it big enough. Alright. And double knot it. It's hard to see with your fingers being in the way, and you got to make sure that loop stays. So make sure you have enough rope on the end of it to make you a thing to hang it with. Alright, finally got it. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is the little hang thing. Now do the other side. Now if you've got some of those little clothespins from the Crafter Square section, you can, instead of tying these on, you can just use them to click them on. I mean to hang them on. I said click them on. You just loop it through, and then you have to do it so close to the rope, it's hard to get it in sometime. But I got it. And this is what this end looks like. Okay, let me bring the camera up. Now I can show you. Turn it around here. This is what it looks like so far. Now, lay them all out to where you have room to, and get you 6 of these little pale pink hearts. Sometimes they're slick and hard to get out. Alright, now you can either leave this as is. Now they also have the hearts that some say love on them. Each one, you can put that on it and then put hearts on each side. Just take your heart, put you some glue, put it right in the center of each heart. Put a fair amount, that way it sticks, and make sure it's center. I'm doing this upside down so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Another glue stick. Now give these a time to dry that before you hang it up. But it doesn't take this hot glue that long at all. Okay, this sign here that we made in the beginning of this video is dry, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to redo it. Let me bring the camera down. Okay, first you will need a pencil or a marker. Let's see here. And what I'm going to write right here is love grows here. And I am going to use a black Sharpie, and then I'm looking for the gold that I have. And you will need your gold paint pen. I got this one from Crafter Square. I couldn't find the one I got from Hobby Lobby. But anyway, just in real pretty writing, write love grows here, or you can write there's love in the air, but I already have that on one of my other ones, so let's get started. Go love. Grows. Here. Alright, now as you can see, it didn't go on to, so you have to go over it and do it, use a different Sharpie. That way the white paint is not on it. So slowly go over it. You can paint it on too if you want. Okay. Now just go over the ones that didn't take. Or you can open up Microsoft Word and you can get the font of whatever you want, and you can print it out and then take a pencil and mark on the other side and lay it down and then trace it that way, then paint it and it'll look beautiful. I did that on a different holiday. I can't remember what it was. Okay, now I'm debating on putting this here or I think I'm going to use these here. It is table scatter that I showed you earlier. And we're going to make XOXO. So first, line them up. Once you get it lined up, it'll be easy. All you have to do is just put some glue on it and then that'll be it. Just make sure you put it on straight down an X line. This one needs curved out a bit. Now do the light pink for the O. And just curve it. Go 3 down and 2 on the bottom and top. Kind of curve it. It just might take a minute to form it the right way. Now do XOX with the red. Make sure you have the right amount. Now the light pink for the last O. And then move it aside a little. Alright, now since it's closer to this edge than this one, we're just going to easily move them over just a bit before we glue them. Do the same thing to this O. Okay, now we can start gluing and bring this in just a little to make it more of a circle. And this one down, you want them center, top, bottom, left, and right. Okay. And you do that to all the XO. Okay, now that this is all dried and everything, we're going to flip this over. I've decided to take this off. I'm just going to cut it. And I'm going to use this regular decorated ribbon to make something to tie it with. Doesn't have to be that big or long. Once you get it sized up, just cut it. And be careful with your glue gun. I think, because I burnt myself pretty good. I have a blister on my thumb. I did it doing the XOXO. Just push down on it. Do the same thing, just follow the line where the other one was. That way you know it's even. Okay. I'm going to take this and push down, make sure that glue holds. Alright, now I've decided I'm gonna paint mine. The Love Grows Here. It's this pink. It's called it's Folk Art Neon, and it came from Walmart, and I almost said Dollar Tree, and it was like a $1, almost $2 a bottle, but it's well worth it. Okay, but before we do that, I'm going to make a small bow. And I have to cut this end off because I used it on something else. Now, all we're doing is measuring how long you want your bow. Let me see, I think that's too big. I'm just making a small one. Let me see how this works. Crunch it up. And hold it. Let me cut this off first. It's just going to be a simple bow. Let's measure it, make sure it's even. Get you a Chanel stem. I couldn't think of it. And tie it real tight. Cut these ends off. Now I'm going to measure it again. Okay, it's uneven, so it's easy to do that. But all you have to do and bring it down. Now, just fluff it. Now, as you can see, that's even. So, make sure your Chanel stem is in the back and not poking out any where you can see it from the front. I don't like these type of ones. I like the other one that are made out of tinsel. But I couldn't find any red. Okay, now we're going to glue it on. Get right in the center. And be careful, like I said, so you don't burn yourself. Now let's fluff it. Alright, now get you a small brush. I'm going to be using this one. Let's start out with just a little bit first. And the black will show through, but that'll look all right if you paint it to where there's paint on each side of it. And you might want to use a different color, one that's darker, maybe like a bright fire engine red or something. I like the black showing through. And then I'm going to mix it, maybe if I can find later on, and I'll show you. I might put some gold trim spots going through it. I'm not a very good painter because of my wrist. My hands shake slightly. Leave in the comment what you think this turned out. How I think I could have done better, but once I burnt my finger and my thumb, it's already swollen right there. I burnt myself more with this Gorilla gun. Got it from Walmart for $8.99. It's real good. You either have a hot, very hot, or a low temperature. But I don't like the low. It doesn't hold sometimes. The glue doesn't. So I use the hot. And I think it's high, because one's low and one's high that's setting. And because I used to burn myself with my other glue guns that I've used. If you remember seeing them, they were those $4 ones or $3 ones from Walmart, and it would never blister up. But this one, whoa! I've got 3 fingers, well, 2 fingers and a thumb that feel like they're on fire. You'd think I'd learn to remember to wear my finger protectors. I can't talk. Just move the bow out of the way. But I've had fun on this video, minus the hand, but I really liked making these projects. I'm getting to really like remaking signs and using them like I did on this one. But I'll tell you what, I keep telling people to remember to wear their finger guards. I'm going to start wearing mine. I'm going to write a note down or something and wear them. Alright, almost finished with this, and then all we have next is the 2 5x7 picture frames. I used to be able to draw and paint anything I seen, but with my eyes getting bad and my portfolio, or well, all my sketch, I had them in a 3 binder from the very first one I ever drew when I was a kid. I had them in order and came home one day. Ex-husband didn't pay the rent, and he lied to me. I thought he did. Anyway, all of our stuff was sitting outside, which I think that was against the law, but I was young then. I didn't know. And of all things to take, like, it would mean something to somebody else, then, you know, like it did me. Somebody stole my binder with all my art, and I kind of just, I quit drawing and painting. But I've been starting back trying, but I'm nowhere near what I was when that happened. Okay, this is what this one looks like. I think it turned out kind of cute. Now, the last one is the 5x7. Let me see if these are stuck. Okay. Now, these hearts are the hearts that came off of the sign that we just did. And, okay, that's right. Let me see if this one's right. Hang on one second. Okay. As remember, I put another coat on. It was pretty thick. And there's 4 little pearls. I'll show you because one fell off, but I have it right there. And all you have to do is get a 5x7 picture frame. Put 3 coats of whatever color you want and your little pearls. And all you do is, I'm not about to put that glue by my fingers with this pearl, is put a little glue down. And push it in. There. And then on these, just make sure you measure them up real good. Put you a fair amount of glue. On it. Make sure it's even. Do the same thing to the other one. Okay. Let me move that thing out of my way. And this is what these turned out. Now you could also use those little hearts and do XOXO. But I don't have enough picture frames. I need to get some more. And this is the other one that looks identical to that one. You can either let them sit up or you can hang them. Just make sure you put the heart going in the right direction so you can hang them. Alright, I want to thank y'all for stopping by and checking out my video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my content that I do in the future, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell next to it. And leave a comment. Let me know if you enjoyed this and which project do you think you might be wanting to do. But hurry up at that Dollar Tree and get the stuff, because once it's gone, and as close as it is to Valentine's Day, they probably won't get no more in. Alright, I hope y'all stay safe. Bye.